Yo, what's up guys, new video. Was talking a bit about it yesterday in the video of the Tricaru used for the MB12. These are my Tricarus which are definitely ruined for DB12, but my question was actually, what is better? Tricarus on fight sets or Tricarus on heavy damage sets? So the fight sets of course make sense that your Vert is gonna do as much damage as possible. Your Vert therefore has like a very good rage set, and then he does a lot of damage on the fight sets. So the current team we have here right now, we have 48, so that is, wait, how much fight sets is that? Do the math. Six fight sets. So I have 3 on one Ikaru and 2 on the other 2 Ikaru, if I'm not mistaken. No, that doesn't make sense. That would be 7. Ha! I have 3, 2, 1 on the Ikarus. Does make a lot more sense. So how is this team faster, or what is actually the improvements that this team can make? So one shot in the crystals is pretty much the biggest improve you can make for an improvement of this team. So the moment that your first Ikaru hits one of the middle crystals, it has to kill. If it doesn't do that, you slow down the run by. Also, you can kill the boss in less turns. So how many turns do we take to kill the boss in this one? We missed an arm break there, but that was, so this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and he probably dies on the 10th hit. So dies on the 10th hit. I've seen these runs running for quite a while already. They get about 39 to 40 second average, but I do know that that's not the fastest time that I've seen some people get. So I was actually thinking, is that maybe because I'm overextending on getting as many fight runes as possible? Like you saw there, that wasn't an insta-kill. And would it be better if I just go for damage runes? Let's say a rage set, or guard sets with damage, or maybe add in some blades here and there, or anything like that. I never tried it. I legitimately, as far as I've been running the DB12, I never tried that. And also the question, like, if you have some crit rate, sometimes with crits you do kill, and then without crits you don't kill. So let's say we would go for like a maximum efficiency of crit rate, maybe no crit rate at all on one unit, something like that. I'm curious to see, is that actually faster? So first, before we do that, let's look at the runes of the current team. So current team, what do we have? We have the Vert. The Vert is at 2.2k of attack, almost 2.3. It has pretty much the Lucian set that I use throughout, so pretty typical set. And then we have like additional damage from dealing together mainly, and then a bit of side stats besides that as well. Looking at the Ikarus, Ikarus are all on, well, a lot of fights. So this is fight still having some decent damage. Triple fight is actually pretty good set. Then we have one that is double fight guard, also still decent amount of attack in there, I would say. The accuracy is kind of lacking. I think you need 65 accuracy for max AC in this case. I think they have 80 resistance, if I'm not sure. Or I'm not sure, maybe 85. So a little bit more accuracy would be better. This one is pretty low accuracy, but it still has an accuracy set in there, and also fight. So this is pretty much, I only have 2 sets on these Icarus which are not maxed. So, or not maxed, they are not helping for team things. You could use determination runes as well, but actually fight rune is better than a determination rune, because fight rune works for all 4 units, where a determination rune only works for 3 units, only the Icarus. Does make it easier to get the rune requirements in some cases, and this one is kind of overdone in the amount of defense, I just noticed. Okay, that's not really needed, that much defense. Wait, holy shit. Let me actually change that to, I can simply put some attack artifacts. Oh yeah, I had attack artifacts on these for a second, and then I switched them back. Well, let's actually put attack artifacts on these for a second and see how much damage that increases. Because with this I can still have enough. Apparently. So I'll be back in a second, just checking if this run goes a bit faster. Probably does, probably does. So I added in the additional attack because I forgot for a second that I had too much defense on that unit already. Still checking, can we actually kill this in 8 turns right now, because I had 9 on the last one, I think. So this is 8, 9, 10. Okay, I think I had 10 on the last one as well. So it didn't really change that I can do enough damage to kill this one in a run of 10. I think the average would be a bit faster because, well, I just do more damage overall. so the crystals are more likely to die. But still, this is mainly using the fight sets, so as you can see, there's quite a big difference in the amount of damage that they do for a crit or a non-crit, which also kind of makes it inconsistent for some ways. But I think this boss you can also kill. I think this boss you can also kill within 4 hits as well if you do a lot of damage. So let's actually see if I add in full damage Icarus. Let's see if that does more damage than I'm doing right here. Let's see how many stacks or how many hits we do. So this is the 8 hit. Do we kill a 9? We kill a 9. So it is possible to kill in 9 with this one, but I think it's sometimes is, sometimes isn't. Then we also got a 37 run. So I think this would probably average like 38.5, maybe 39. So let's actually switch out the runes. I'm gonna see one more run just to see like how fast. I think it's pretty consistent that we're clearing like all the waves right now. But I think killing the boss for 9 hits, I think that could be faster. Killing this one in 4 hits seems very impossible though, but we can check like how far it went. And I think, yeah, all of these, I think that because of the third Icaro actually adding some damage, all of the crystals shoot one shot. So maybe it's difficult to see between this run and the one I'm trying next, because this is already pretty much killing the boss in 9 hits, which is, I guess, difficult to improve, but we can see if we can get close to 8. So 37 seconds. This might actually be a 37 to 38 stable run with this right now. Wow, that's actually better than I expected. Sometimes it's actually better to have attack artifacts than defense artifacts if you have some defense runes which are already very high stacking, it seems. Interesting. How far are we off for hitting this in 4 hits? That was 4 hits. So actually with enough critters, I can get that in 4 hits, but it's not always like that. So can we get 8 hitters or 9 hitters here again? So that's the 9th hit, or that's the 9th hit? Okay, it seems like we have a solid like hit in 8. Let's see if I can actually get, or a solid in 9. So let's actually see if I can get a one that's towards 8. Yeah, adding the damage on this last Tricaru, which is still kind of overstacking on the damage, or on the defense. This one does a lot of damage. But an issue is also low accuracy might make it that it's less consistent for armor breaks. And therefore you have some faster runs, some slower runs. So this is the change for the first Tricaru, which is probably going to do most damage. It's kind of low on the accuracy, but I do have an extra accuracy set in there. And the other Tricarus are going to be more on the accuracy. But this is going to be quite a lot of damage improve. The only set that's actually completed is the accuracy set. But besides that, it's pretty high crit rate, crit damage, and attack. Okay, so second Tricaru, also quite a bit of crit rate, crit damage, accuracy is a bit higher, and also a lot of attack. Sets that are completed here are both the blade and the focus. Okay, and then for the final Tricaru, we have a lot of attack on this one. There's still a fight set on this one because I have fight runes that actually do fit. So if you have fight runes that do fit, they can be really well, but on the previous one I had some fight runes which are pretty shit. So this is going to be the Tricaru that will be put as third, has a decent amount of accuracy. Also for artifacts I kept the same as the one before, so a lot of additional damage from attacking together, and then focusing on accuracy as well. So with that said, let's actually see how much we can hit. Can I actually change this to accuracy as well? Would be nice. Well, might fix that later. But let's actually see if this would go better than the team I had before. Vert remained the same, and I'm very curious actually. I never tried Tricarus because currently I only have... Wait, I didn't do enough damage to kill that first hit. That's already disappointing. Because it should kill everything on the first hit. So I could get a 4 hit on this one. Can I get that still? Nope, apparently not. So actually it seems that the fight sets are better. I couldn't kill that first one because of lack of armor break, but how many hits do we get here? Okay, that's 4. I don't really see that we're gonna get 4. 8, right? 9? No, I have to do 10 hits. Wow, so actually it's worse. Actually it's it's quite a bit worse. Interesting. 39 seconds. So maybe the fight sets are actually pretty OP if you stack just enough fight sets. you get a lot further than stacking high damage sets. So guys, farm fights. And I've been getting this question a lot. Where do you farm fight runes? Well, there's only one place to farm fight runes at, right? And so, yeah, we did just kill it in 5 hits, but that was close. But where do you farm fight runes? You just craft them. You farm 3 times the fire dungeon and 1 time the light dungeon, and you just craft them. That's the easiest way. And sure, it's gonna take you a lot of time to craft them and blah blah blah. But also, if you have rune events and you can get a hero rune, choose the fight rune. If you get a legendary, sure, you can use the legendary fire rune. But another legendary or another hero fire rune is not gonna add that much to you for like upgrades. A fight rune form an event is in general a lot. There's a lot more chance that you will use that rune. Whereas the another fire rune, you're gonna be like, yeah, maybe, no, whatever. It's one of those easy places to get like a little bit of fight runes, and you don't have to go for fight rune packs in rune buying, that kind of stuff. Would not recommend that, but it does very much seem like that the previous Icarus were a lot better. Because let's see how far we got here. So this is hit number 8. We can get close to 9 hits. It's well, this was 9 hits to kill, but 37 seconds. Okay, so this is a little bit faster than I've seen from the fast for the other one. But I think the issue is that my accuracy is lacking here a little bit. So when that accuracy is lacking, you also see that if you don't armor break on the first hit, you're not killing the crystals. It's gonna take more time. In the end, it's kind of close, like how fast these runs are, to be honest. But I do think that the amount of fight sets on the other team having 6 fight sets does improve it quite a bit. And I also noticed that adding the crit rate crit damage, it's not that great. Okay, we got a lot of resistance there early on, so it can happen. On the other set I think I had higher accuracy. I only had low accuracy on the third Ikaru and that one, but the first 2 had like 50 up or something. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I was just honestly curious about what's better, fight runes or just high damage stats. Seems like it that the fight runes actually are better. I'm legitimately surprised. I thought the non-fight sets would do better, but apparently not. So now you know. Just a simple video as that. So I runed back the team with the high fight runes of Icarus, and I'm gonna show you the runes individually and showing where do I get the stats from and what really helps out for you getting fight runes in general. Because you could be like, yo, how can you even get the defense thresholds with having that many fight runes? That's impossible. Like, what kind of fight runes do you have? Do you have like 50 defense on your slot 4 and your slot 5, or slot 4 and slot 3, and no wait, slot 5 and slot 3, those? So how do you get these kind of thresholds? So now let's look at the runes individually. So this is the triple fight Ikaru. I also showed it in the other video, but the easiest way for getting triple fight Ikaru is focusing a lot on the flat defense. So we're just working with a 27 and a 32, which is not technically that high, but we got 51 in flat defense here, 58 in flat defense here, 54 flat defense here, and another 51 flat defense here. That adds up a lot of defense, which then adds in that you have enough defense to actually make this kind of stuff work. So sure, these are all decent fight sets, but if you look at this, what kind of fight set is this? This is a really terrible runed blue fight rune. So it's not even that crazy. Like, sure, this one is probably hero. This one rolled pretty high into defense. Yes. This one, yeah, this one is a legendary and it pretty fits. It's pretty decent. But all of them, they're not super great. This one is also probably, it could be hero pretty much. I think I removed the thing for defense. But if you get some of these, if you get them from, like, sure, these are like mostly pay to win artifact or pay to win gems and that kind of stuff. But if you have some of them, use them for your fight runes to improve your Tricaru. Same for this Tricaru. So we're working with a 34 and a 26 here. So we don't have any on this one. We have almost a 60 here. This one does have a 19 actually, and this one doesn't have. So since I use a guard set here, it's easier to get there. I focused on getting the accuracy here, but let's say I would put the accuracy in some other slot. then I could actually do those kind of things here. The thing you want to focus on also is your slot 1 should be the very high on stats in general, because that's your slot that doesn't, or it cannot contain any defense, so it does make it very easy to just put like high damage there or anything. Then this one is a 44 and a 35, and then we still have a 55 here, 37 here, and a 60 here. But you're wait, why is that much? We're actually working with artifacts of attack base in this case, because actually an artifact of attack base gets a lot more stats than an artifact of defense base. Because if you would scale from 637 plus 10%, that is 63, 64. If you have 10% from your defense, it's a lot more. So if you add more stats from your defense, attack percentage is worth less. But in the artifacts base stat, it's actually same. So for that reason, also it doesn't matter if you have the good artifacts that actually do make sense from like attack and then damage together and that kind of stuff. So because these artifacts actually don't make too much sense. The crit damage one is decent, but it's just damage together. There's not even accuracy on it. So also keep that in mind when you do these kind of things. And if you don't have them, because you always focus on that damage together or from the defense side, just put defense artifacts on them. But then you kind of get an idea of how you get these things. And what do we have for runs? We got 38, 37, 37, 40. 40 is probably because I missed a few accuracies. So I might actually switch out one of the artifacts from the third Tricaru, put them to defense, put less defense on the unit but a better rune, and then with that I can also put an artifact that's better for the fitting for Tricaru, and then I maybe can go to like 37-ish seconds. If you're asking why didn't you try out getting defense with Rage or defense with Fatal or that kind of stuff, unless you're really focused on getting those runes, it's very unlikely that you actually have those kind of runes which still have enough defense to actually get there. I tried with Rage, apparently I don't have the Rage runes to... I don't farm that much Necro, so I don't really have the Rage runes to get towards the stats of having enough defense and still having good attack. Because I use the optimizer with GPU, Summoners War Rune optimizer with GPU optimization, and I just let it run without selecting any rune. And then it just comes up with whatever rune build makes most sense, or just whatever gives highest stats. So that's how I got to the rune. So that is it for this video. I really appreciate you watching this. A little bit of educational video, also a little bit of video for me trying out, because I actually didn't know that my 5 Tricaras did the most damage or actually gave the best runs. I did normally have kind of them running if I would run DB12. Either how. There's another video coming tomorrow or the day after, which is more talking about what kind of runes do you keep, why do you keep them, what do you roll, what do you not roll. Because I feel like besides having people having a lot of wrong mindsets about grinds, not using the grinds, I think a lot of people are very much speed chasing, not keeping the right runes, not seeing the good potential in runes. And so people are like, yeah, I understand already, I'm not always speed chasing. But still, I think the mindset for a lot of people, what kind of runes to keep and what kind of runes not to keep, it's kind of wrong. So I'm gonna make a video about that one. It's a little bit difficult because normally you would like to say like if X then you keep, or if this then you keep or you sell. It's not that simple. So therefore no one can really give you a clear answer of like this kind of rune keep or sell. Like yeah, this individual rune you can say it, but if you say for X threshold and then keep or sell, that's more difficult. So that video is coming later. Guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, like this video, highly appreciate it for that. And that is it for this video, and see you in the next one.